Yesterday I went out in the city. Central station of Gothenburg is 5 minutes walk, and then there's a huge mall, enormous, and then behind the mall there are big buildings. And then there is this beautiful garden. So I walked around, found myself a supermarket, and funny enough, there were some people on the quay who said, "I follow you." So here we are in Gothenburg, Sweden. I follow you. Yeah, amazing what video/YouTube does to your following. Leaving Gothenburg, heading out for new horizons of all the beautiful islands over there. Hardly any wind, so we release the lines and then off we go. My rear camera does not focus. For now, goodbye Gothenburg. Oh, by the way, I think it was somewhere in 2023 that social media presented me pictures of boaters who cruised in the Gothenburg Archipelago in Sweden. And when I saw that, I was in awe. So in summer of 2024, I decided to go and check out those surroundings myself. This video is a part of a series in which I share my trip to this Gothenburg Archipelago and back to the Netherlands. And the series shows you my trip through Germany, Denmark, and Sweden, and every day that I cruised during this trip results in at least one video. So chances are that I am physically already back in the Netherlands, whilst I still share the new horizons and surroundings of this archipelago. But hey, that is why a video like this is called entertainment. So let me know in the comments what you think about it. And if you are curious about the waterfront of Gothenburg, then I suggest that you watch the previous video, the moment that I am inbound. I have taken a lot of footage about both sides of the Göta River. In the old days, my first car, so we are talking about 39, 40 years ago. Grandpa is talking. In the old days, my first car. So my first car had, besides the fact that you could use petrol, also the possibility to drive on gas, on, we called it in the Netherlands LPG. This vessel is powered by LNG, so gas. And then there was a huge gas tank in the trunk, as wide as the car, this thick. I have no idea. I think it could hold 284, perhaps 300 liters. I have no idea. I cannot remember it anymore. But it was very, very cheap. So imagine that the gasoline I had to tank, it was approximately, let's say, 150 guilders at that moment. That was before the euro time. Like I said, Grandpa is talking. And then the gas was 18 cents or something per liter. So there was a benefit of driving a very cheap fuel, but I believe that I could drive 320 kilometers on a tank. Yeah, consumption was high and only 320 kilometers. So imagine that we went on holidays to France. So we had to drive at least 1500, 1600 kilometers. And every 300 kilometers there was Henk Jan filling up his tank. And in France, LPG was not that popular as it was in the Netherlands. So before you went on holiday, you had to look up in a special chart where all the stations were, where all the fill-up stations were for this gas. Man, okay, then I have to drive that way, and then I have to drive that way, and then I have to get off the that road, and I have to fill it up in a small village, because etc, etc, etc. Man, it was a hustle. And from what I see, the characteristics are still the same, because if you have a look at these tanks and the system between it, they have two tanks. Oh. And this one is sea going, ocean going. So then we talk about a lot of mileage. And then you cannot tank LNG everywhere. You have to use a chart to find out where you have to tank before you can go into port. Oh man. Yep. Stories pop up the moment that I see things. Well, let's see what it brings us more in this video. Welcome in the Gothenburg Archipelago. Let's enjoy these beautiful waterfronts together. Well, and all the houses on all these isles. Yeah, nice scenery. New surroundings, new horizons, new sceneries. when we head to starboard, we go into the Björkefjorden. And the ferries over here are yellowish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Yeah, the chart says that if I go a little bit to starboard, that it will become 15 meters, 9 and then 3. And I am in the protection of this isle. Well, there's hardly any wind. 12 to 15 knots, I think, perhaps less. But yeah, this is another adventure for me to drop anchor in these areas. Well, is it really an adventure? Yeah, well, perhaps it's the wrong word. But I think it feels that way a little bit because of the shallowness and the rocks and, well, you know, you get it. Aye. So there are rocks over here, the chart says. This is Tumen. Three 5, 3 4, 3 2, 3 0, 290, 3 0. Yeah, this is a beautiful spot to drop anchor. So after 2 hours of cruising, you already drop anchor. Yeah? Who cares? Correct. Oh, almost. And then all these people in these beautiful houses, how lucky they are that I drop my anchor over here in this spot, and they can look at it whilst having dinner tonight. They look at this beautiful vessel. Oh, look who is visiting us in this beautiful bay. Well, you better drop anchor now. Stop. Ready. So, this is the end of this video. If you liked it, please thumbs up, because it helps in growing the channel. How about this? Do I see you in the next video? Alright, bye bye now. I did not have my coffee yet. Yeah, sorry, in this video, no coffee time. I will do that in private.